Hello, fellow haunters. This is Jared a Lantern, and I'm here with a movie review. I don't normally do movie reviews on my channel, but I thought this one was kind of appropriate. This is the newer film that just came out called Haunters: The Art of the Scare. I actually got a preview of this last summer at Scare LA. We were able to watch like the first 15 or 20 minutes or so. And I had heard a lot about the movie prior to the preview and prior to it being released on Netflix, and I was very excited about it, as any haunter would be. The preview was decent, but the preview also made me fear what actually did happen, and it was just a lot of coverage of McKamey Manor, which I'll get into later, why I don't like their haunt. Um, and for haunters like us who have just simple home haunts that are not at all torture chambers, this movie really wasn't made for us, and I don't know why they call it Haunters. It really should just been called McKamey Manor, because that's really all it was. It was about an hour and a half commercial for McKamey Manor, and with a few other haunters being interviewed throughout. If you are a haunter like I am, where you put on something simple in your home for people in your city, and you do it for your love of Halloween, this movie is probably not for you. If you're more into like the insanely intense, extreme haunts, that you can't even call them haunts, they're just ridiculous torture experiments, really, then you'll probably get more out of this than a typical haunter. As I had said, Russ McKamey, that's him right there on the left, he's heavily covered in the... If the movie is an hour and a half long, I would say that he appears in the movie or in the documentary for at least like 50 minutes of it. I mean, I'm serious. He takes up a lot of the time. And he loves the spotlight. He loves attention. You could tell that he loves attention. I actually saw him in person, not last year, but the prior year at Scare LA. And to be honest with you, the guy's kind of a jerk. And he was on a panel for haunters, and he really took offense to people who didn't like his haunt. And let me say a lot of people do like extreme haunts like that, where people are tortured and there's no way out. I understand that people do enjoy that, but the reason I don't like it is the fact that he is going to single-handedly ruin it for all of us other haunters, and there's going to be some heavy regulation on, like someone had said in the film, in the documentary, because of haunts like his, and especially his, because he is so heavily documented in the news and in media. He's going to make it very hard for us home haunters to continue doing what we do without having to go through some strict guidelines with our local, law enforcement and such. I understand that people do sign waivers to get into his haunt, but he takes it to the extreme, and he really just gets off on torturing people. That's not Halloween. That's not haunting. That's just ridiculous. There are some great interviews in the film, don't get me wrong, but there's too few of them. There's so many great haunters and great actors. This one right here, Char Mayer, I believe her name is. She talks a lot about the actual acting. And this gentleman right here, sorry, I forgot his name, but he also does really great haunts that have nothing to do with, torturing people or, doing anything, to the extreme. And he really is about Halloween. And another person to look out for in the film is, his name's Donald, and he does the Loganberry, Nightmare on Loganberry. And he too had some really good insight, and he, I believe he's not a fan of McKamey Manor either. So yeah, if you were looking to watch a commercial for McKamey Manor, then this is the film for you. Otherwise, the interview or the interviewees, other than Russ McKamey and his wife, are very hard to find, and yeah, it was very much of a disappointment, and I really can't recommend this movie to fellow haunters here because it was really horribly done. They could have done so much more. We finally had a movie or a documentary of our to call our own as being haunters, but yeah, it was a real it was a piece of junk. It was just a commercial from McKamey Manor. So that's my opinion. Didn't care for it. Won't watch it again. Can't recommend it. Thank you for watching. If you like what you're seeing, please like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, keep it creepy.